what's your best life hack?
Well, I think organization is critical. So that part of the question is absolutely critical. And I think about my schedule, and people talk about balance and finding balance, but in and of itself, balance implies a scale which never stays in balance for very long. So rather, I try to make sure that my life is generally architected around the priorities that I've set for myself. And I try instead to be reflective of, was I in the right place at the right time? Was I with my kids when they needed me? Was I working on the deal that I needed to be working on at the right time? So, I think just making sure to constantly reflect on that and making sure that your day lines up. And I ask myself that question every week.
What do you do though? Give me a practical organization.
In terms of my life, I've decided my priorities, always family. I mean, always my children come first to me. That doesn't mean that I'm not incredibly focused and driven and ambitious in a professional capacity, but my husband and my children and my family are always my top priority. So I ensure that I have my mornings with them. It's very unusual to not have a morning with them, and my evenings with them. So I come home, I make sure my last meeting's at 5:30, which gives me around half an hour to 45 minutes to return phone calls that I was unable to return given a hectic day, clear my plate a little bit, walk down the hall, go into people's offices and chat to follow up on things, and then I race home. I live a couple of blocks away. I get home, we do dinner together, I do bath time, I do books. By 7:30, 7:45, now with Arabella, she's pushing me, so she's moving me into the aids.
I've heard you say many times that you want to change the narrative of women who work. What do you mean by that?
Well, I think we are a generation now where the majority of us are in the workforce, and there's still this hilarious caricature of the working woman, which is very one-dimensional and very flat, and I don't think that represents any of the people in this room or any of the working women out there. We're all working at creating the lives we want to live. That's raising our families, that's learning how to run, that's learning how to cook, that's really, it's a combination of all of our passions. And I think the sooner we celebrate that, and the sooner we stop trying to force women to be professionals or to be mothers.
It's not an either or, is it?
It's not an either or.
Yeah, I've always thought that we women people are always juggling many balls, and you drop some and you keep on going. I don't believe that one size fits all, and I was very curious to see how you do it. How do you raise a confident girl? You've got 2 sons and a daughter.
Well, she's very confident now, but she's 4.5, so ask me in a decade. But I think, for me, I think confidence, I look to how my parents raised me, and they taught me to be self-reliant. My parents were not people who over-flattered. They were people who encouraged us, who pushed us to be the best we could be, but they also recognized that you gain confidence through small successes and then bigger successes.